Hi everyone, my name is Aksa. I recently graduated from Emory University majoring in biology and chemistry, and I'm currently a program coordinator for Emory's pre-college program.
And I'm Cliff Chan. I'm the advisor for global internships in the Office of International and Summer Programs. And we're here to give you some tips for preparing for finals. You know, there's a recent Stanford study that suggests that students who think about what they expected to be on the upcoming exam and then strategized what kinds of resources they would use to study most effectively, that just by doing this, students could increase their results by 3 to 4 points on their exam. So I guess it suggests that maybe the solution is not just to work harder and study longer, but actually study more strategically.
That's a really great idea, Cliff, and I think that effective research has really guided our three-part process in creating this study guide. So similarly to the research, we can specify concepts, identify recurring themes, and pinpointing our misunderstandings. Diving a little deeper into specifying concepts, on the first day of classes, your professor may have given you a syllabus that may have given a date and the concept that they are teaching for that day. So utilize that syllabus as kind of a rough draft outline. So maybe learning stoichiometry and breaking that down, as you can see into our good example, into mole to mole, mass to mole, and so forth. You really want to break down your concepts in a similar way, and then from there, you want to start identifying those recurring themes. So, using that breakdown of concepts, start grouping common themes, finding overarching ideas. In this example, for calculus, you learn derivatives, antiderivatives, and integrals. And although approaching these concepts may be a little different, they do have similar ties and they kind of build off one another. Similarly, grouping and categorizing your outline into a way that makes more sense to you and trying to really find those overarching themes. So starting small and then aiming to look at a bigger picture. And then from there, you really want to start pinpointing your misunderstandings. So I suggest you use previous assignments, homework, and tests and try to understand what you're getting wrong and kind of highlight that onto your outline. For example, in your history class, if you don't understand the War of 1812, dig a little deeper. What don't you understand? Maybe you don't understand the causes, the resulting impacts. You want to really ask yourself these questions.
Those are such great ideas. How do you turn that into something practical and like a schedule?
We should start focusing on personalizing an action schedule by splitting your study time on how dense your study material is. So creating an action plan looks like listing out those daily tasks. So you can utilize your study guide in creating a schedule. Whether you study best in the morning or in the evening or at night, whatever time, the start of your study time should be dedicated for those most challenging concepts because that's when you have the most energy and brain power. And near the end of your study time, that's where you want to have that review time for your easier concepts. You also want to aim for a review day before the exam. You can have an exam 2 days after classes end, so it may not be feasible for situations like that, but definitely try to aim for a review day if you can. An example of a personalized action plan looks like this. So let's say I had a biology exam in 3 days. My first 2 days would consist of studying. Maybe I struggle a lot with distinguishing the steps between mitosis and meiosis. So being very specific in your schedule and your daily tasks. And as you can see, I did, and day 2 follows a similar method of challenging concepts first, easier concepts near the end. And then day 3, you can see as that's a review day. So I recommend reviewing with a group, more minds, wait to more perspectives. Maybe your friends or peers understand something a little easier than you do, and they can clarify those misunderstandings for you.
Those are super practical ideas for action planning. Finals are just so stressful sometimes. Do you have any ideas for how to address the stress of taking finals and preparing for them?
I feel like this last step is very often overlooked in preparing for finals. Planning those well deserved breaks and anticipating for those breaks is really important. Hydrating and energizing with healthy food, trying to get enough sleep, And most importantly, thinking and talking to yourself positively. Final exams can be a very stressful time. Be kind to yourself and think positive.
Thanks so much. It's great to have all of these practical tools, and there are more resources here on this slide to help you succeed as you prepare for finals.